I bought the most expensive retro Chuck E. Cheese merchandise, from this varsity jacket to bobbleheads and even these custom Nike shoes. Most of them are from the company Bull who had a lineup of retro products, but other companies had their own items, all based off of Chuck E. Cheese nostalgia. So let's see what they are. First couple products I'll be looking at is from Bull, with the first one being this t-shirt that I actually think is kind of cool. You got the old Chuck E. Cheese right on there with the coins and tickets from back in the day. Obviously they don't have those anymore, unfortunately, but we have t-shirts like this to remember it by. I grew up with the tokens and tickets, and I still miss them to this day. And then on the sleeve, you have the old Chuck E. Cheese logo. I think that's a really nice touch. But overall, it's a pretty basic shirt, and I think we can get a little bit better. Say hello to this thing. They came out with a Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater varsity jacket. It looks exactly like something you would see in an old 80s movie where the bully is wearing this. As you open it up, you can see all the designs right on there. With the double C right there, you have the Pizza Time Theater logo, and even the overall design is based off of the tux look that Chuck E. used to wear back in the day. I wasn't around for that time period, but it's still nostalgic nonetheless. However, it just keeps getting better as you go around. With this first sleeve here, having this patch that says hungry for fun with a pizza, you got this design that's actually on the t-shirt I bought, and then at the bottom it says Pizza Pals. But the other sleeve is even better. You have all 5 original characters right there, from Chucky, Mr. Munch, Pasquale, Jasper, and even Helen. Everyone's included. And then as you flip it to the back, you can see this huge patch of Chucky himself. And that's right, everything is stitched into the jacket, just like a normal varsity jacket would be. But the most important thing about this is how does it feel when you wear it? Let's try it on. Look guys, I'm gonna put it on. Man, I feel fresh in this jacket, but I have to say, it feels really good. I almost could wear this in wintertime and be pretty warm by it. Now, I wouldn't really wear this as a normal outfit, but I don't think that's what it's designed to be. Unless if you want to, then go right ahead. But I just have to give credit to this company. They put so much detail into this thing, from the patching to just how it looks overall. You can tell they put a lot of effort into it. Let's move on to the next product. Now, this one isn't from Bull We'll go back to that later on, but here we have this Chucky plush from U2's. This company's actually really big with Five Nights at Freddy's stuff and whatnot, and even some YouTubers made products with them. Not me, but maybe in the future. Who wants to buy a Corona Burger plush? But this release was so successful that they actually came out with other ones of all the other characters. Unfortunately, I didn't buy every single one of those, but I did buy the first one. And the craziest part about these is that they're actually limited edition. So if you don't buy it right off the bat when they come out, you're gonna have a hard time finding it, unless if you want to pay thousands of dollars on eBay. But as for the plush itself, it's really high quality. It's super firm, and it's definitely gonna last a while. I'm just imagining kids roughhousing with this thing, and even then, I don't think it would break down easy. You can see his goofy face right there. Also, he has the classic hat at the top. I didn't have one of those, so I had to put on this crown. Please forgive me. On the back, it says the E stands for entertainment, and then you have the tag. It just says, thanks for collecting me, classic Chuck E. Cheese, and then you have the old logo right there that's super blurry for some reason. Overall, I think it's a very nice piece to somebody's collection, especially if you're trying to collect old Chuck E. Cheese merchandise made in the modern day. Do you guys think I should go out like this in public and try to find a girlfriend? But let's move on to the next product. That's actually one of my favorites. Right here we have a Chuck E. Cheese bobblehead made by National Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum. I've definitely seen their bobbleheads over the years, whether it's out in antique stores or stuff that I've owned personally, but they've never made one for Chuck E. Cheese until today. This is the one I was really interested in, and not so much the other one where it's based off of the newer design. Not only do you have all the characters, but you also have the stage for them to sit on, and it even plays music. However, I've been seeing some stuff online where people have been opening it up and it was broken. So hopefully I don't have that same fate. Well, right off the bat, I hate styrofoam. Those little stupid white things get everywhere, but I won't knock off any points just yet. You lift off the styrofoam, and here it is. So right here you have the whole band, and lucky for me, none of their heads seem to have fallen off yet. That's a good sign. Just taking a quick glance, you can definitely tell they were individually hand painted, which they were, and they're also individually numbered. They only made 2,024 of these, and I actually got number 23 somehow. That's really cool. I got a really early one. Right in the front, you can see Chucky himself. He looks exactly how he does on the animatronic stage, although they did give him the new look where he has the longer pants. This is something most people won't even notice nor care, but I do, alright? If they were going for that true retro look, he would have the shorts on, but I believe they were basing this off of the Northridge stage in California. And in that stage, he has the newer outfit. Next to him, you have Helen, of course. She looks fine. In the middle, you got Mr. Munch. He's looking as great as ever. Next to him, you got Jasper. No complaints from me. And then all the way at the end, you have the most underrated character, Pasquale himself. Look at him play those drums. And then as you flip it to the back, it says Chuck E. Cheese, Munch's Make-Believe Band. But like I said, this thing plays music. But how do you get it to? No, you don't actually have to sing. You just press this button right here, and it should start going. They didn't have to do that little detail, but because they did, it makes it that much better. Now, before I go back to looking at Bull Air products, I somehow forgot this one. This is a retro Chuck E. Cheese Funko Pop made by Funko, of course. The box has the classic logo on the front, and around the back, you have this artwork of the Chucky I remember from when I was a kid. As for the figure itself, it's Chucky in his old outfit with the hat, and he's even holding a token. Unfortunately, none of the other characters were made, but maybe they will be in the future. Now, let's go back to Bull Air products. Starting with this one right here, this is what they call the Bull Air sneaker heads. It's 3 of the characters right in there, and it's basically just a squishy head. That's really all it is. I guess it's just meant to be put on a shelf. And then as you open it up, we got Jasper. He's got that old southern look. And then as you flip it around to the back, you have his old banjo that he used to play. Next up, you have Mr. Munch. He's looking as purple as ever with his goofy face right there. Look at that thing. And then when you flip it around, he has a slice of pizza because that's his favorite food. And then last but certainly not least, we have Chucky himself. You got his face right there with the classic hat. And then when you flip this around, he has a little ticket with a slice of pizza also. I do kind of wish they had a different item for him because now you have 2 with pizza slices, but it's still good. I never knew one day I'd be holding severed Chuck E. Cheese heads. Not a bad product by any means, but if I had to pick a least favorite so far, it would be this. But if you like severed Chuck E. Cheese heads, I have another one right here. This is the Chuck E. Cheese lace faces by Bull Airs. And these are actually meant to go on your shoelaces. And it tells you how to do that right on the back. So if you have sneakers, but you always wanted that Chuck E. Cheese touch, this product is just for you. They're kind of loose in there for some reason. I have no idea why. And I'm not going to take them out of this box because I have another product where these things are featured on. And that would be the most expensive one of the video, the Chuck E. Cheese Bull Air sneakers. That's right, this company came out with their own personalized sneakers of Chuck E. Cheese. You have Chucky right here on the box with the Bull Airs logo, and then around the back it's more or less the same thing. You just open that up, and it's time to slide them out. Now, right off the bat, before I talk about the shoes, here's the sneaker laces once again. I thought these were already attached to the product, but they're not. You have to put it on there yourself. But let's take a closer look at these. Right on the side here, you have a huge picture of Chucky with his whiskers coming out. I have to say, it's not cheap at all either. It's pretty well put on there for a customized shoe. And then you can see right there, it covers the Nike logo that was originally on this shoe. Around the back, you have the Chucky logo that we've been seeing a bunch throughout this video. On this side, it's kind of plain. There's not really a lot going on at all. However, it does say hungry for fun right there. And then on the front of the shoe itself, obviously you're supposed to have this thing at the top there, but you also have this thing that says Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater in the front with these lights right here. Up here at the top, you have the Chucky Tux, and then on the inside, they actually have a hidden picture. You can barely see it, but it's a photo of the original Chucky animatronic from back in the day, along with the logo at the bottom. I'm not even sure why they did that because you can't even see it, but I'm glad they did. I always love when little touches are added in there, even if you can't notice it right off the bat. And then on the bottom, it's really nothing other than the logo itself. And then the other sneaker is basically the exact same thing, besides for one change, which is right here. You can see a ticket right on the shoe. But enough of this talking, let's actually try these on and see how they feel. I wasn't really sure how to put these things on, so I kind of just did it like this, and hopefully it's kind of right. Yeah, that's definitely not right at all. I can't even fit my foot in here. Alright, well there it is. They were super tight for some reason. I don't know if I was doing something wrong or what, but I was finally able to get it on. These shoes are looking fresh. That was every product. My least favorite had to be these heads, but I definitely like the jacket the most. Make sure to subscribe because I'm pretty close to 300K, and buy merch. Link in the description.